broadcasting across the U.S. and around the world. Good morning, radio friends. I'm your host, Vern Sherd, and welcome to another edition of the Retro Oldies Brunch. This showcase marks 1 year since the debut of the Retro Oldies Brunch back in early June of 2023. We've gained a lot of listeners over the past year, and we hope that you continue to tell your friends and family about the Retro Oldies Brunch so our listenership can continue to grow. This week we'll be visiting the 80s as we take you on a trip back in time to visit the year that was 1987. We'll include anecdotes about the songs and artists and relive the year through music and news and entertainment briefs. During the showcase, as always, we'll have our 3-of-a-kind music trivia segment. We'll feature a forgotten 1987 hit from our radio vault, and we'll also have a long-distance dedication from one of our listeners. This week's showcase features a band that originally featured Madonna as their drummer, and a song that gained attention by promoting abstinence. We'll begin the showcase with a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer from Indiana who co-founded Farm Aid to raise money for family farms. He had 22 top 40 hits during his career, including this one. Here's John Cougar Mellencamp with Paper and Fire. Speaking of Madonna, we're up to the band founded by brothers Dan and Ed Gilroy, who featured Material Girl as their drummer in the early 80s. Madonna left to form her own band, Emmy and the Emmys, before hitting it big as a solo act. 2 members of the Emmys later joined the Gilroy brothers band. The band was nominated for the Best New Artist Grammy based on the success of this song, which peaked at number 7. This is Breakfast Club with Right on Track. Welcome back to the Retro Oldies Brunch. I'm Vern Sherd, and now it's time for a look back at the year that was 1987. Nearly 58 years after the October 1929 stock market crash, Black Monday occurs again as the Dow falls nearly 23% on October 19th. The Baby M case is the first case in a U.S. court that ruled on the validity of a surrogacy contract. West German citizen Matthias Rust flies his Cessna airplane into Moscow's Red Square as a ploy to bring peace between the Soviets and the West. And the Queen of Soul teams up with a pop superstar on a duet that tops the pop charts in the spring of 1987. This is I Knew You Were Waiting for Me by Aretha Franklin and George Michael. And now we're up to the song by a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer that became an anthem for sexual abstinence and intimacy postponement. You see, the song charted during the height of the AIDS crisis, and its message resonated throughout the U.S. The song's popularity even persuaded some educators to use the song as a teaching tool to promote abstinence to students. Peaking at number 2 in 1987, here is Janet Jackson with Let's Wait a While. And now it's time for our long-distance dedication. Greg from New York emails us. Hi Vern, my name is Greg, I live in New York, and I wanted to make a song request for your dedication feature. A couple friends and I have kids who are graduating high school here in Buffalo and entering the next chapter of their lives. What makes this experience different is that these are our youngest kids and the final ones to graduate. My friends and I often talk about how things were for us growing up in the 80s and how the world has changed from the time we graduated. We've raised our kids the best that we could, but can't help but feel they will have an uphill battle. The high cost of college, jobs not paying a decent wage, and a divided country that I no longer recognize. My buddies and I try to be the best dads that we can be, and we joke that the harsh Buffalo winters acted as an extra parent and that it toughened up our kids. It won't be easy, but we want our kids to be strong and keep their desire to succeed in life no matter the obstacles. As a group dedication from the Dads of Buffalo to our graduating sons, Brian and Matthew, and daughter Brittany, please play Only the Young by Journey. The song was our anthem growing up, and we want the words to the song to motivate our kids as they prepare for college to rise above the insanity in today's world, stay strong, spread their wings, and fly. Thanks from Greg, Tom, and Mike, the dads of Buffalo. Greg, thanks for your email and for sharing your story. I'm glad that there are parents out there who are keeping it real and raising strong kids. Here is your long-distance dedication. Welcome back to the Retro Oldies Brunch. I'm Vern Sherd, and now it's time for another look back at the year that was 1987. Theater goers went to see Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Platoon. The Cosby Show and its spin-off A Different World were the top TV shows. Painter Andy Warhol dies at age 58, and actor-comedian Jackie Gleason dies at age 71. And number one this week in 1987 is a song that was a remake of a song that hit number one 21 years earlier. Originally done by the Supremes, here is British singer Kim Wilde with You Keep Me Hangin' On. That was Suzanne Vega, and that concludes this week's Retro Oldies Brunch, the year that was 1987. Be sure to connect with DJ Greyhound Radio on Facebook or LinkedIn to receive our monthly program schedule. We'll be back in 4 weeks with another showcase of the year that was. Until next time, radio friends, this is Vern Sherd saying, don't be afraid to aim high with your goals. Even if you come up short, you'll still end up at a better place. You're listening to DJ Greyhound Radio. Playing the hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.